everybody. Today we are talking about solar eclipse in Aries. It is in Western Australia, a very remote part of islands in the Indian Ocean. However, its impact we shall all feel. Sometimes silently, sometimes, very obviously, because the eclipse is an indication of disturbed energies. And you know that I have been talking so much about Aries so far. So here we have Rahu in Aries and a solar eclipse. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking eclipse in Aries, solar eclipse in Aries. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. So, as you can see, I'm a little bit under the weather. Actually, I have a pink or more so red eye. This eye is a red eye. And I wanted to make this video, so I thought I'll wear my glasses so that you can't really see so much of it. But I'm a little bit suffering, but I thought this is important that I should make the video and do the solar eclipse in Aries. Maybe I'm also getting some impact of the eclipse. So these eclipses, when they take place, this eclipse is on 19th or 20th of this month, April. And it depends where you are. Like in California, where I am, it is on the 19th. But in other parts of the world, it would be 20th of April. Now, the eclipse is at approximately 5 degrees to 6 degrees of Aries. And because the eclipse degree is always taken the degree of the sun. It is in the southern hemisphere in the Western Australia and islands of the Indian Ocean. That means that is where there can be some unexpected activity, weather-related, storm-related, could be, something, earthquakes, something usually around the eclipses, things happen before and after. But eclipses also impact all of us. And so if your ascendant, sun, moon are around 5 degrees of Aries, then you are getting the most intense part of the eclipse. However, anything in Aries is going to experience some change, transformation, especially if you are Aries moon, Aries ascendant. If your birthday is anywhere between 15th to 25th of April, then the sun will be approximately near the eclipse. And rest of us, when the eclipse takes place, there is change, transformation, and unexpected, unsettled energy. You see, the thing is, there's so much is happening in Aries. Sun is there, obviously, because for the eclipse to take place, it is a new moon eclipse. So new moon creates a solar eclipse. And then Jupiter joins one day after the eclipse. So it is in Gandanta at this time. So solar eclipse does not have Jupiter, but Mercury is there. So Rahu, Sun, Moon, Mercury, they are all in Aries. Add to these things that Saturn is aspecting Rahu, Sun, Moon as well as Mercury. It's aspecting all of Aries, but the precision of its aspect on Rahu, Saturn is 10 degrees of Aquarius and Rahu is 10 degrees of Aries. So Saturn's aspect is falling directly on Rahu, and Rahu can be very volatile and unexpected. Rahu increases fear, anxiety, sudden unexpected aspect that is there. So Therefore, that aspect of Saturn on Rahu, it isn't the easiest one to experience. So this eclipse, it's the day of the eclipse, one day before, but the solar eclipses have a longer term that they last. And it is important to know that this is like a omen for change. It's not necessarily that something is happening exactly on the day of the eclipse. And the solar eclipse will be followed by a lunar eclipse in Libra on 5th of May. So from solar eclipse to lunar eclipse time, this is what I call the eclipse season. So our emotions are also heightened. We feel anxious or worried. Not everybody, some people handle it better than others. But we should be aware that these energies are taking place so that we can do something about it and keep ourselves calm. And not only just on the eclipse day, but also in that whole season till the lunar eclipse on 5th of May. So how does it affect you? Aries, of course, everything's happening in Aries. The eclipse is there. Now you have to see what is the degree of your ascendant, what is the degree of moon sign. But generally what the eclipse is telling me is that Aries are making some important changes in their life. And these changes may not be happening exactly on the day of the eclipse. It's a long-term story. A long-term, I mean, 18 months while Rahu is in Aries. And there's always this urgency that I should be doing something quickly right now, and restlessness that Rahu causes, and dissatisfaction. And so try to keep that calm and keep your mood, stable. And then you are able to handle this the best. Taurus, the eclipse is in your 12th house. And as I've said many times before, you do need to watch your expenses. Be careful with the money situation because eclipses can cause unnecessary expenses, and they can also create unnecessary desire to waste money. So, if you need it, it's good. If you just want it, then maybe wait till after this eclipse season is over. Gemini, the eclipse is in the 11th house. 11th house is generally got a good house. It's the house of earning. It's the house of profit. And the eclipse energy, because Mercury is also there, so many planets are there. It is just a day to keep calm and to take things as they come, not to rush into any situation. Cancer, the eclipse is in your 10th house. So 10th house is house of career, and usually it is telling that you are making some changes in the career. And certainly on the day of the eclipse, it's important not to make important key decisions, because everything's not clear. Rahu is not giving a clear direction. Leo, eclipse is in your 9th house, and 9th house is the house of the guru, and Rahu is transiting there, eclipse is there. That means you're not getting the best advice at this stage. Your Lagna Lord is part of the eclipse. It's a very unsettled time for you. And I would say that this month especially is important to be very cautious and about giving advice, taking advice, what your inner advice voice is telling you as well. Virgo, the eclipse is in your 8th house. Not the easiest energy because so many planets are in your 8th house, and this can bring unexpected change for you. 8th house is always unexpected, some old karma that suddenly comes and we have to deal with it. And so it is important to stay calm, take your time before making any decisions. Libra, the eclipse is in your 7th house of relationships, marriage. Eclipse times are never good for relationships, especially if it is in your 7th house. It can also make you take some impulsive action. Plus, Saturn is aspecting your 7th house. There can be some issues regarding relationships that you need to not exaggerate at this time. Wait till after the eclipse season is over, because the next eclipse is in Libra, the lunar eclipse. And after that, decide how you want to act, what you want to do. Scorpio eclipse is in your 6th house. 6th house is house of the enemy, the opposition, the competition, and eclipse is not always the best aspect to you. So if you feel aggravated by people at work, or you feel somebody is being unnecessarily aggressive to you, I would say this is the best part of this energy is to keep quiet and not try to work things through. Also, Sun is part of the eclipse, and Sun rules your 10th house. So there may be some aspect that you're dissatisfied professionally as well. And, give it time to resolve the issue. Don't try to do it right at the time of the eclipse. Sagittarius, eclipses in the 5th house. Creativity, ideas. The main aspect of this eclipse is that Jupiter is in Gandanta. So that is your Lagna Lord, Moon Lord. So you are not in a very stable position, and then Jupiter is coming and disturbing you, and it could also be linked with children. You don't know what to do. Always these energies are not times that we are reacting unnecessarily to them. So stay calm, try to wait it out. Capricorn, eclipses in your 4th house, home, happiness. Usually eclipse is showing there's going to be some change as far as home is concerned, property. You may be thinking of either making some changes at home or change your home. Either one of them, that is a possibility. Aquarius, eclipses in the 3rd house. This is quite okay for you. 3rd house is self-effort. So only thing you do need to be conscious of is that the eclipse energy can agitate you to do something quickly, because 3rd house is also confidence. And are you feeling a false sense of confidence? That is what you need to think about. Pisces, the eclipse is in your 2nd house. 2nd house is the house of finances, savings. Eclipse, Rahu, all the gathering of planets. You need to be careful of how you invest, what you do with your savings. I've spoken a lot of times about this, but that is the main thing at this stage. And as Rahu is there, sometimes you can obsess about it or be afraid about what are you saving, or do you have enough saving. So don't try to resolve all the issues at this time. Best part of the eclipse is that we know it's happening and we are going to be careful. Now, also Jupiter, your ruling planet, is in Gandanta, so you need to be conscious about that. So that is it for today. Do remember to subscribe. Thank you very much.